Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at the new Moonfire Faire event 2024, which kicks off today, the 8th of August. First of all, you want to go to Limsa and teleport up to the aft castle on Limsa's upper decks. This is where you'll find the start of the new quest, which is of course called Fire Red, Beast Green. And this is the new Moonfire Faire event, basically location. And you'll see that you'll get straight from the quest the Uchi Washoi emote. I won't show you the storyline because I want you to enjoy that yourself. We're going to look at just purely the rewards today. Much like many of the other years, the quest entails actually going to Eastern La Noscea and going to Costa del Sol, which typically is raining whenever I'm here. And then we need to go to the Isle of Endless Summer, which is actually this island over here to the east. First of all though, if you go over here, you'll find the Moonfire Faire crier, which will tell you more about the event. If you don't know anything about the Moonfire Faire, you'll be able to continue your quest line. And there's also the Moonfire Faire vendor right next to the NPC here, Marga. If you go to the vendor, you will actually see one of the new items, which is the bouncing bomb balloon, which is an animated tabletop item for 5,000 gil. So we're going to pick up one of those. There is also additionally lots of different fireworks and, traces and, sparklers from previous years. If you want to get some of those, I know some people use them as celebration materials for clears and things like that. Once you've proceeded to talk to 3 NPCs in total, it will actually give you the emote for the final one. This is interesting because usually you would have to do a fate event or something like that, only this time there isn't anything like that, so you can just walk up, basically hand in the quest and get your emote. If we go on our emote list and go slightly down, it will be just before the blue ones here for no and deny. You'll have Uchi Washoi, which we'll look at in just a second. So let's put that on our bars. There is also a follow-up quest as well now that we have the emote. The main reason that the quest line actually gives you the emote prior to actually completing the full quest line is because the emote itself is actually used on these Cactuar NPCs. As you can see, they've made it so that you can actually click on the duty icon itself to do the emote rather than having to actually type /Uchi Washoi or go into your emote menu, which is one of the new additions to this expansion, which is pretty good. As you can see, that's what the emote looks like, at least on the NPC. And upon actually doing your Washoi emote to some NPCs, you'll be able to turn this in and you'll get yourself the achievement for this year, which is Summer's Biggest Fan. There is no title associated with this as usual, but it is nice to get another 10 achievement points if you're collecting those. In addition to the rewards then, this year obviously sees a return of the jumping puzzle, but also a few set pieces. For example, there are Namazu here doing the Washoi emote to a bunch of very swole gentlemen. Okay, once we're up to this section, you'll see that there's a runoff to the other jumping puzzle as well. So there's another section of a bomb avoidance, which is quite interesting. So we've got bomb avoidance or jumping puzzle, bomb avoidance or another jumping puzzle as traditional, which is obviously a little bit easier for those who don't want to tap their spacebar. And then we have the normal main jumping puzzle up there. But if we go over here, there's a slide that's amazing when we go down it. We also get clap emotes from the NPCs, which is quite adorable. And then, of course, we have ourselves the fireworks section. If you want to do G-pose here, this was here when we had the Riser outfit, like the Power Rangers outfit. There's a pyrotechnic section behind it, which you can time and do some G-posing with your FC or your friends and do different emotes, maybe your different ranger poses, and time it with the explosions and have some really cool pictures. And then additionally, we have ourselves over here another G-pose section with these bombs, which is quite nice actually. I quite like this area. And there's also like a podium thing going on here with the bomb pool as well. A lot of people are probably going to do some RP there, as you can see. And then there's also this section here, which is also for G-pose, which unfortunately we can't click on these meals, but there's the curries available and also this iced thing that I forget the name of, which is also tabletop. And if you're a Lalafell, let's say you're doing a picture of you eating this curry, you don't have to be left out. There's also a Lalafell step stool for you as well. And you can also jump on it, so there's that. So yeah, lots of things for people to enjoy, and then there's the rest of the jumping puzzle as well, which is kind of like a rite of passage. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Okay then, let's look at the housing item first then. It is the bouncing bomb balloon. It says inflated monsters that bob about with aplomb. A festive addition to any Moonfire Faire celebration. So this then is what this looks like, if you are wondering. We're going to try it on the floor first. So let's plop this down. And as you can see, they are floating around quite happily, little bombs, which are having a great time. But this is tabletop, so you don't necessarily have to have it on a tabletop. But obviously, if we do place this on a tabletop, it will raise the entirety of those balloons even further. It's a really, really nice touch. I do like the fact that we have animated bobbing around things. I think we should have more animated items, especially ones that are tabletop. It means that we can raise them up with furnishings. Pretty cool, actually, pretty cool. I can only imagine what sort of other things we could see in the future. But yeah, there's one red, one yellow, one blue, and obviously from different orientations, you're going to see them very differently. In terms of their luminosity, it's quite high. As you can see, if we drop the house lights all the way down, you get a good sense of what they look like. Really cool stuff. Let's look at the emote then. Okay, here we are in the lovely Azim Steppe, my favorite zone in the game, and this is what the emote looks like. This is the Uchi Washoi, which is a standard emote that does not loop, as you can see. So essentially, it has sound effects to it as well with the whooshing of the wind, and you wave this large paddle around. It's a shame we haven't got a stop sign version of this, because it reminds me so much of Lethal Company. Oh dear. If we've got this in the game, just reskin it and give us a shovel, and I think people would be very happy. The quality of the actual item on the emote is amazing. Let's go into G-Pose and have a look at this. Let's pause things. There we go, so we can get a good look at this. So it's a bamboo pole with our little Namazu face painted on this baton, this fan type thing. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite nicely made. Very cool. And of course, if you wanted to have a picture of you, whacking your friends on the head, I can imagine you're going to do a lot worse than this, especially with the smile that your character makes as they're about to swing this thing. We finally have a hit person with object emote. Amazing. You just bonk them on the head with your Uchi Washoi. Because if we change their expression to something a little bit more menacing, let's see, annoyed. Where's the one? We could go for like endure. That's a good one. There you go. Now it looks like she's about to beat the 7 howls out of someone. Warrior of Light has reached limit with X users. Social media in one picture. Oh dear. It's fantastic. I love this emote. I wish it was a persistent though, but at least in G-Pose we can loop it. But it's cool, isn't it? It's really, really cool. The way it differs obviously to our Namazu brethren is that the Washoi emote obviously looks like that. But if you wanted to, you could hit them on the head with an Uchi Washoi. Not that you'd want to harm a Namazu, but yeah. Honestly, I think the event's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. It could have had a Fate event or something like that. The jumping puzzle being expanded with more RP sort of stuff. G-Pose locations is really, really cool. Overall, not too bad. Not too bad. I want to see a return of the Fate events, though, for some of these events in the future. That would be cool. Really nice. Anyway, let me know if you're going to pick this one up yet. I know some of you are waiting for major content to resubscribe for, but don't miss out on this event if you want the items from it. All right. I'm going to go and hit some people in Limsa, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.